I think it makes people afraid to think on their feet. They feel vulnerable, like you had mentioned. Feeling a little pressure. Maybe they don't feel pressure at all. They just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But we communicate mostly online, and we're losing some social skills. That's just my opinion. Hi. How's it going, cutie? Episode 23 of the It's Always Something podcast, produced by none other than Hurley and Big Night Media. How are you, buddy?
What's up? What's up?
My name is JD. I put way too much cream in my coffee. I don't even know if I drink coffee anymore. I put so much. I basically inhale sugar. Is it bad for me? Sure. Yeah. Do I feel like we're all going to make it off this earth alive? No. So I just try to enjoy.
Are you the type that always has to have iced coffee no matter what time of year it is?
Nah, I'm not like that.
Okay.
I have to have warm coffee in the morning.
Okay.
For sure. Like, that's a soothe your soul kind of thing. Sorry, I'm just adjusting the mic.
Also,
here.
even on like a 90-degree day, it's always going to be a hot coffee then?
Well, my place is at 90 degrees inside. Okay.
Oh.
You know, I don't adjust.
Must be nice.
Yeah. Well, listen, man, I don't want climate change to invade my apartment, you know? Want to worry about that on the outside. But no, I think afternoon, you have to go strictly to iced coffee.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If you have warm coffee after 1 p.m., you're most likely coming back from a murder.
I don't like how you're calling it warm.
Hot coffee.
So it is hot?
Hot coffee, yeah.
Okay. I'm just picturing like lukewarm coffee that's just been kind of sitting out for a while.
Well, you're waiting for it anyway to get lukewarm. Why are we doing this? Right. Anyway, subscribe to the podcast on your favorite platform, please. iHeart, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. And just a heads up, I do have some exclusive limited edition Fuck Outta Here merch that's going to be coming out this week, so stand by. I had some requests that came in, and we were just kind of worried about there weren't enough sizes, so I wanted to make sure everything was restocked. It's going to be pretty fresh and clean. It's my hottest selling merch, so I'm very, very excited about it. So that will come out. Just follow me on IG for all that. I'm finishing the finishing touches on the first pumpkin spice hoodie, and it's this new technology where no matter how many times you wash it, Hurley, it smells like pumpkin spice.
Wow.
It's pretty cool stuff. So it's a new technology. No one knows about it yet. And I wanted to make sure I had a fall classic.
That's brilliant.
So it's pretty cool. No, that's also false information. I'm doing a lot of fake news here. Today, I'll be honest, if I'm just being transparent, I think out of the 23 episodes that I've done so far, today was probably the hardest one to put together as far as podcast fatigue. Just because I feel, like how you always feel like you have to tell someone something new when they're like, what else is going on? And you're like, why can't we normalize just saying same shit and then you just keep it pushing? You always feel like you have to come up like with that you're doing something.
Yeah.
And so I think when I'm just kind of catching my breath from a lot of the things that are happening with the fangirl stuff that we talked about on the episode last week and just other things on the side that I have going on. I didn't have a spark, I felt, a couple of days leading up to this. I just was like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, because I try to be as prepared as I can. And then it hit me in the shower as I was butt-ass naked, looking so good, water dripping down me. I want to talk about why people don't pick up FaceTimes, specifically my FaceTimes, but just FaceTimes in general. Like, I feel what a beautiful technology that has been brought to this earth, created by humans to have digital face-to-face interactions.
Okay.
And I feel like this has been a problem with people for quite some time, dating back to, the beginning of the century. I'm so full of shit. Are you one of those people, Hurley, that you have to be FaceTime ready? If someone calls you, depending on the day.
I'm not looking good?
Yeah, like if you're
Well, in that case, I can never pick up a face.
Well, I mean, granted, how your face is constructed right now, it's not,
I'm perpetually looking like I just woke up. at all times.
At all times. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking like someone, oh my gosh, I saw someone on Instagram say that they looked like a drowned mouse, or like a drowned, is there another word for mouse?
Rat?
Rats. A drowned rat. They were like, why do I look like a drowned rat? I was like, because you see so much shit from New York, you just get like the illest visual ever of a drowned rat of what that looks like. And I was like, who the fuck comes up with that kind of shit?
At least that was self-deprecating. If that was said to somebody else, oh my God, that's a war crime.
A drowned rat. You know, because the only times you really shouldn't be picking up your FaceTime are, you know, I guess when you're in bed or you're making sweet, passionate love to a mate. But do you ever feel like you need to be FaceTime ready?
Or in the shower, I would say.
Yeah, well, when you're like, you're not accessible, but do you feel like you have to be FaceTime ready?
Depending on who's calling, I would say.
See, this is the kind of bullshit I'm talking about. And I actually dug pretty deep into this. And did you know a study was done that they concluded that 1 out of every 7 Americans don't pick up FaceTimes, and they concluded that the FaceTime is the main reason why people switch to Androids?
All right.
That's awesome. None of those studies are. Dude, I'm on a fucking roll, dude. I'm on a roll. And so, yeah, I mean, the normal response when I feel people, you know, when they look at a FaceTime call is just absolutely not. Like, this is not going to happen. You know, when did it become this thing to set an appointment, you know, in order to have a FaceTime or like a warning before you called? You know, and the people I'm FaceTiming, I know well. I'm not FaceTiming strangers. That's weird as fuck. I'll admit that.
You're not gonna FaceTime your doctor to make an appointment?
Well, I mean, granted, you had to do that. You know, during the pandemic, you had to get on your Zooms. I'm trying to not associate. I'm trying to separate your Zooms from your FaceTimes.
Okay.
You know, whether it's like strangers, I'm talking about like your real friends, your top 25, your top 30. You know, if you can instantly say that person is in your top 30 of friends, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
You should be able to pick up that person's phone call regardless, because they've seen you not only beautiful, but they've seen you busted. Mm-hmm. You know, if you've seen me at IHOP at 3 a.m. trying to finish a breakfast sampler, you know, and I've seen you order the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity, I feel like we have made it to an area of our relationship where you should be picking up all of my FaceTimes, regardless of how you look.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a very fair assessment. Mm-hmm. Would you agree?
Sure.
You've seen each other at your top. You've seen each other at your bottom. So I have evidence against you where you should be able to pick up my shit. Otherwise you get put on blast. You know, I was actually this morning, I was talking to someone in my apartment complex about this, you know, because we were taking out the pups. And she said legit the only reason why she doesn't pick up a FaceTime is she's not put together. You know, she'll deny it hella fast and then she'll call the person back.
Okay.
And I just wanted to, and I also asked some people on IG, and I got some responses back, and someone said they're either driving out with people, bad angle, or having a bad face hair day. Or the lighting wasn't good. Like, what the
the light, yeah.
What kind of fuckery is going on?
Normal. I feel like if you are driving or if you're out, and I feel like that's warranted.
Let me preference. I'm just saying people that are not picking up FaceTimes in general. I'm just going to put my phone on the charcuterie board and just thoughts and prayers it doesn't go off. But I'm talking about having the ability to answer the FaceTime and just being an asshole and not doing it. I understand the circumstances and, you know, like if you're driving or if you're out in public with a friend. I'm saying when you have the time to pick up the FaceTime, why don't you pick it up? Regardless.
Oh, and just say, I can't right now?
Yeah, because it's just like if you're passing someone in the hallway. Yeah. That's how I view it. It's just like, hey, we're in the same vicinity. I'm just like stopping by. I would rather see I want to see a person. I just for some reason feel like there's a better connection, a better energy when I do that.
Interesting. That's what I was just about to ask, because I feel like that's where people differ. Because it's like, does whatever conversation's about to happen, does it warrant their even needing video in the first place? Like you're showing me how to like unclog my kitchen sink or something like that. Like,
but why can't? And I don't mean to cut you off if you want to finish. No, I was saying, why can't we just normalize wanting to talk to the person via FaceTime. I don't understand why it just has to be a phone call.
Yeah.
Am I nitpicking? Probably.
Well, I feel like we got to take the first step of going from text to phone call and then from phone call to FaceTime.
Say again.
Because I feel like people also don't even like talking on the phone.
Exactly. And
so I feel like we're
that.
jumping 2 steps right now.
By getting straight to FaceTime?
Ease our way up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I agree with that too. No, I know a bunch of people that hate talking on the phone. That's weird to me. That's like a red flag. And I don't understand that either. It's like maybe they have some kind of social anxiety.
Yeah.
And maybe I get that. Another person said that, and this is clearly someone from the East Coast. They said, number 1, I might be looking like a gremlin. Number 2, I don't feel like the person even has the right to FaceTime me.
Oof.
Or simply number 3, I simply don't want to or need to. Like, I can hear the Boston accent. Or what if I'm looking like a fucking gremlin kid?
Well, it was weird because those were like 2 opposite kind of statements right there. One was like self-deprecating. It's like, I look terrible.
I look like a drowned rat.
But then the second one was like, how dare you think that you have the superiority to talk to me?
People think like that. Some of the responses I got, that's what it pointed to.
That's nuts.
Right? Like, who the fuck do you have the right? I have the right. We're in America.
Yeah.
Okay? So I'm going to hit you up whenever I want.
Yeah. I mean, if we both have each other's contacts on our phones.
We've made it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Someone also said, JD, unlike you, we have jobs and are at work. Fuck off. I'm trying, okay? You think I like having all the time in the world to golf and watch TV and all my favorite Netflix shows and take my dog out for runs and take him to the beach so he can live just an awesome life, cook what I want, not have to blog about Doja Cat's MTV award outfits? And
so if you were on the course right now, you'd pick up a FaceTime. You're telling me?
Yeah, if I wasn't like hitting a shot.
Okay.
You know, and I do, and we'll get to the weird ass kind of FaceTimes here in a second. But I read this article on Mashable, and they basically said it. Like, one person said that it all depends on their mood, location, the caller, or whether or not they feel like having an impromptu face-to-face conversation with that person.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like the art of simply talking on the phone is lost, and I understand people who, like I had mentioned before, maybe have some kind of like social anxiety or need to feel more prepared. But like, I genuinely think it's an issue, and I think people not answering FaceTimes, even phone calls, contributes to that person being weirder in person, because we live in this digital space where, you know, we're talking to people, we're commenting, we're going on people's IG lives, or, you know, we're I guess just responding, we're DMing people.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, and sometimes that doesn't translate well in person. And so for me, I just enjoy having the conversation visually than I would. And I feel like the people that don't know how to FaceTime or talk on the phone are like creepazoids, and I don't want to be judge, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, honestly, now that you put it that way, it's kind of good practice for like actual in-person social interactions.
And think about like interviews and shit.
Yeah.
You know, or different situations where, you know, if you're meeting someone's parents, or if you're meeting someone's siblings or a best friend or whatever, and you guys have been, you know, going back and forth via DMs and like all of those other things. But if you know, haven't had a couple of those like visual, that way someone can understand. I also really can feel body language too.
Okay.
So I don't do it just to be annoying. I just feel like we're losing some of our social skills, and some people, you can hide behind a text because you get to think about it. It's the land of the unknown. You don't know when the response is coming. If you don't respond, then you feel that control of like, I'm so busy. I'm so busy that, you know, I could hide behind this response because you don't know when I'm going to get back to you. You have no fucking clue. So I'm in control. Whereas like a FaceTime is right up in that ass.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why people are thrown off by it. Because it's like...
But why be thrown off by it if you know it's a feature on the phone?
Yeah, but what if it's like a question that you like don't know the answer to? Like
I don't know. Pick up the phone and say, I don't know the answer to it.
And then just hang up?
And then just hang up.
Wow.
And so I know like Signal has has a role in that too, you know, if it's a bad signal or whatever. I'm talking the perfect scenario where everyone's Wi-Fi is solid. Why aren't you picking up the FaceTime? It's not weird.
Are you the type of person that would just call someone to like shoot the shit, or is there always like a
reason?
Yeah.
No, never. So, I mean, a lot of the times, sure, it'll be for a reason. It's because I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why I'm calling you. That's why I'm FaceTiming you. So if you think that's weird, we got a problem. We're not operating on the same energy level. I'm not FaceTiming some fucking person I know the conversation will go nowhere. Or if I feel like it's a more of a professional relationship, then I won't FaceTime. I'm talking personal. I'm talking, like I said, in that top 25, 30, maybe even 50 people in your life.
Yeah.
Of why you're not picking up their FaceTime. And listen, I think it makes people afraid to think on their feet. They feel vulnerable, like you had mentioned. Feeling a little pressure. Maybe they don't feel pressure at all. They just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But we communicate mostly online, and we're losing some social skills. That's just my opinion. And so I think if you are concerned that you can't have a casual conversation with someone that you're cool with on FaceTime because you're afraid you look busted, or you're like, if that's really your only excuse, I don't know, I can't ride with that. Do you feel like I'm being too hard on people or being hard on my friends?
I'm just trying to think of myself personally. I mean, I don't normally FaceTime like my friends at all. Like, we usually just communicate through text. But I like to think that I'm a pretty good sociable person when we do like hang out in person. So I'm just trying to put two and two together. Yeah.
I know. I go straight to the FaceTime first, and that's just, I don't know if that makes me a weirdo, but not to get too deep. But like at my grandma's funeral this year, I believe my dad was the one who was talking about it, and when he was giving a speech, and he said that my grandma's phone was her greatest tool. I feel like he said it was her greatest weapon, but I don't want to say it was a weapon. But he said that the phone was my grandma's single greatest tool, and that if you knew you got a call from her, she cared about you and she was thinking about you.
Oh, wow.
Right? And so, and I think, I mean, she always used to call from a landline. I think if she was tech savvy, I feel like she would have used FaceTime all the time because the phone, like my dad said, or somebody, I forget who it was at the funeral, said that was her greatest tool. That was how she kept in contact with you. And I think she definitely would have done that. Now, it's genetic. So now you know it's genetic with me, because my uncle would be kind of creepy with FaceTimes, because my uncle would FaceTime on his iPad, and he'd be like staying with some people, and he'd like show me around the room, you know, or he'd show people around the room to people we don't know. And that's weird. He's like, hey, this is Karen. And we're like, hey,
he just
Karen.
like puts the iPad in their hand. It's like, yeah, talk to him now.
We know nothing about each other. Yeah, that's a little weird, you know, but, and someone also even said, you know, I hate when people FaceTime me in public. If I get a call in public, I don't answer it. Well, how am I supposed to know? You know, I understand though, like I just mentioned, you know, with my uncle. So that was a situation where if you don't know the people, you know, like when you're out in public and you know, if it's all I'm saying is if you have the ability to pick up the FaceTime, you're in a quiet place, you're not out and about. I'm saying when you're not busy. The fact that people don't do that is funky to me. And I've also had, once again, to semi get deep, I've had friends whose parents just passed away, and I'm sure they would give anything to have one more FaceTime with them. Like people who say, call the person you love every day, you never know. And, you know, I'm not guilting you to pick up the FaceTimes. I'm just saying, let's encourage normalizing it and using it as a tool of caring about one another. And that's your way of like showing love, like the fact that someone would want to see you in person rather than just talk to you on the phone. And we're all so busy. And sometimes like a FaceTime for me is a way of catching up and hanging out, even if it's for 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, I like that.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't know. That was just kind of the vibe that I was thinking this week, and I felt like it was kind of a rushed podcast for me, but that just hit me because I have friends that just won't pick up my shit, and I'm just trying to tell you to pick up my shit. And I just want to tell you, pick up your friends FaceTimes, and even the 2 a.m. ones. That's usually how I get down, like see them, socialize. People that don't have the time to talk on the phone, I want like out of my life,
I think I can count on one hand the amount of FaceTimes I've received. So I don't know. Maybe you live in a different world where FaceTime's much more common. I usually don't. I don't know. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's exactly what your point is.
I think it's also because I don't have a job.
I only just got an iPhone recently. I mean, it's been like 2 years, but I used to have an Android before that. So
I need to know.
Now I'm actually included in group chats.
Hey, there you go.
Nice.
There you go.
We're making moves.
Listen, I'm really, really proud of you. It's good for you, Harry. That's good.
But yeah, like usually anytime I'll call someone is usually like if I need something urgent. If it's just like a question, I'll probably just toss a text.
Fair. Those are all completely fair. I'm just saying I would take it. We need...
Just for social interaction.
Let's normalize making that be like a cool thing, like a compliment. If you get a FaceTime, it's a compliment.
Oh, for sure.
That someone wants to see you and have that interaction. And it's just different. I've noticed it more with family. Like normally I would call my mom. We are definitely FaceTiming more. Same with my dad. We are definitely FaceTiming more because a lot of the times, when you're out, especially for someone like me who lives out of state, when I see you, it gives me energy. It like fills my cup because I know I'm probably not going to see you for years, months.
Yeah.
If you don't travel to me or if I don't travel to you, this is my way. I use FaceTime as a way for me to hang out. Even if it's for those quick moments in time,
Yeah, definitely.
And plus, like if you're getting fat as fuck and like I can see you on your FaceTime and be like, hey, you probably need to lose some weight. I can see it, or, you look busted, is everything okay?
So is that how your FaceTimes with your mom go?
She normally will hit me up and she's like, hey, I saw you were out over the weekend. You're looking chunky in your face. Were you drinking a lot? No.
That's nice. Yeah.
No. I think, and that's such a great point, Hurley, because I think visually it also can lead to asking those questions because you can hide your face behind a voice call where it's like if you're good at picking up body language, you can tell by someone's face, hey, like, is everything all right? Like, you good? Like, everything's straight? You don't want to tell the person they look like shit. But if they look like shit and you have the capability and you're in the friend zone and could do that, or you're just, I just feel I can have a way more honest, legit convo when I do that. That's just me. So in closing, please don't use this podcast against me because I'm telling you to pick up more FaceTimes. And if I don't pick up your FaceTime, it's just mainly because I don't like you. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But no, call less, FaceTime more. If you're an Android user, please direct message me because I need to delete you from my phone because I just can't surround myself with green bubbles.
Man.
If you got green bubbles, I don't want the troubles.
I hate the hate.
I was on the spot, man. I'm good. No, go ahead, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. But no, for real, like, talk to people. Communicate more. In Patch Adams, have you seen Patch Adams?
No. I know it's Robin Williams, though. I'm not a good movie person.
You haven't seen Borat, and you haven't seen Patch Adams.
I know. Here's the thing. I don't normally watch movies by myself. And then
why do you act like that's a creepy thing to do?
What?
You made it sound like watching movies by yourself is creepy.
That was just a statement.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I don't normally watch movies by myself. And then whenever I'm with a group of friends, they've all seen that movie before because it's like super popular. So they never want to watch it. Here I'm stuck in this like endless cycle of like, I don't watch it by myself normally because I don't watch movies by myself.
Why don't you watch movies by yourself?
I just don't really watch much.
Do you watch TV shows?
With other people usually. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're just not a TV person.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're a fucking loser.
Yeah. I also don't FaceTime either. So yeah.
Well, you're.
You said 25 to 30 friends.
I don't know. I think if someone calls you and
my circle's more like 3 to 4.
We'll expand it to 50 if you know that person well enough. All I'm saying is, what's stopping you from picking it up? What does it matter?
Oh, I know. I'll pick up.
Yeah.
You've convinced me. Over this past 25 minutes, you've convinced me. I'll pick up every single FaceTime, no matter where I am or what I'm doing.
I for sure thought this podcast was going to be 10 minutes. Just like, if it could, I wanted it to just be 60 seconds of me just coming in here to be like, hey, just want to remind everyone to pick up FaceTime, specifically mine, but your friends.
Before I go.
Yeah, before I go. Yeah, that would be a good, perfect before I go segment. I don't know, just see humans. Anyway, going back to the Patch Adams. Went on. Patch Adams, when he was like in the courtroom, and I'm not going to give it away in the event that you actually want to watch it. But he was like, hey, talk to everyone, talk to strangers, talk to people you don't know. I'm not saying that you should do that, but specifically for FaceTimes, if you know that person is calling you and you view them as a good soul in your life, pick it up.
Sure. Even
if it makes you uncomfortable, even if you feel like you don't look good enough, no one gives a fuck, man. I don't understand how people think like that. It hurts my feelings if people think that they're too ugly to answer the phone call when I call.
You know what they should do? They shouldn't even include your video in it.
My video?
No, like they shouldn't include your own video in the FaceTime. Like, cause you know how you're in the top corner?
Like, yeah.
They should just not even have that. So you can't even see what you look like. So you just kind of hope that, I don't know, maybe that's a terrible idea.
I just want to see your cute little faces.
Yeah. That's the thing. You can see it and you can see their face, but each of you can't see your own face.
Like a reflection. That's what people get weirded out too, based on how they look when they're looking at someone.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the only way you can see how you look is through the top corner.
Yeah.
Your video.
We have here on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
Hurley holding is that a dildo?
Yeah. Yeah. You caught me at a bad moment. What can I say? No, it is a banana. And I told JD at the moment I was thinking of him.
No, get the sentence right. What'd you say? You said, I'm talking to you. Wait, how'd you say it?
I'm pretty sure I said, I'm eating a banana right now.
Thinking of you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want it any other way. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. And that created a moment for us, just purely off of a FaceTime. So stop thinking that shit is weird. Going back, I reiterated the Patch Adams comment. All right, I just wanted to double check. I feel like I went on 7 tangents before trying to get to that fucking story. See more people, pick up the FaceTimes. Appreciate you tuning in. This has been episode 23 of the It's Always Something podcast. I'm FaceTiming you right now, so pick it right up. Kisses.
Wait, what? No, you're not. Wait.